Well, hello. This is a video of my '65 Mustang I have for sale, and it's currently listed in another county. I just want to make sure that everybody knows that this is going to be as true and honest a video I can possibly make, and just about anybody that knows me and my hobbies, that whenever I sell something, it is in a lot better shape than when I purchased it. I just kind of, as most guys do, kind of do their own thing with it. Try to make it better. So I'm going to explain it to you what I've got here. 65 Fastback. Originally was a 2+2, but the only difference between 2+2 and GT models, excluding the high performance K code, is badging. And back in '65 there really wasn't a lot of documentation on what was added to the car by the way of VIN numbers. They do have the transmission, engine size, carburetor interior numbers, and paint codes, and with the exception of the motor, which is usually noted by a number of CA or a K code, indicated what power plant came in the car. So I'm going to run through this and tell you what this is all about, and hopefully you'll be interested and take a second look at purchasing it. The front suspension has been upgraded with what's known in the industry as Unisteer. It's rack and pinion steering. It also has Willwood disc brakes. It has streeter track suspension. It's made back east. Also lower struts, adjustable front struts on the car. It has the Shelby drop kit. Lowers the front end and increases better handling on corners. I have added all LED lighting on the car. Halo headlights. The turn signals are LED. Fog lamps are not LED, but they're original to this model. I added a '67 Shelby hood, fiberglass hood. I have not put on the hood pins. I don't know if I'm going to. I may not, as it stands now. And a halo headlight, side of the car. Another fairly close shot of the Willwood brakes in there, slotted and also cross-drilled. These are Michelin, brand new Michelin tires. No, they're not sports. The car's really light, and if you put a really hard tire on the car, rides really rough. I had Dunlops on it before, and I got rid of them, even though they were new, because they were just rode too hard. Stainless in the front windshield. With every car, there are some small little details because it's used. I have the original stainless that came with the original '65. That's been reconditioned in much better shape than this aftermarket stainless. So that comes with the car as well. I have also a cowl cover that if you chose to drive the car in the rain, there's a cowl cover that keeps water from pouring in your vents. And I've never used them because I don't drive it in the rain. Kind of get a look of the outside. Quarter panel. Here's a picture of the roof. And the stainless, there again, to be honest, stainless in the back is fair. That'd be one thing on the list that I would have take off and reconditioned. It's much better to recondition original stainless than to buy the aftermarket. The aftermarket just pretty much doesn't fit the way it was meant to fit. It's a little thinner metal. It's not contoured correctly. So if you have stainless out there that's original and you can keep it, just have it reconditioned. It's much better off. Taillights, I have added the sequential electronics to taillights. It has LED as well. I added the twin exhaust, and that flows through Borla 2.5-inch mufflers and cross pipe out of the 5-liter 302. It's a fun car. If I was going to keep it, I would probably add the subframe connectors. I don't think I'd go to the extreme to have them welded, but the bolt-ons would be sufficient for just driving, kind of driving I do anyway. It's casual, fun driving. I wish I was a professional photographer. This would look much better, I'm sure. There, Michelin 215 50 17s. I had lowering blocks on this previously. I didn't like the way it handled, so I took them out. Both vents inside open and close. Always keep them open. A shot of the side. Then I'll go to the engine compartment. Okay, be right back. So here's the engine compartment. I mean, nothing, real fancy. Definitely not a number 10 show car, but very clean. Has some cool little fender bolts on there. I had the hood hinges anodized rather than chromed. Down in the very bottom of the hinges, they can be chromed, but it's just too much upkeep, and eventually some of that wears off and breaks off anyway because of the stress. And I took the aluminum valve covers and kind of filled in the Mustang Ford Racing. That's the carburetor is 625 CFM Street Demon. I also have a chrome alternator that'll go with the car. And at one point I was going to add the pulley kit, but I didn't want to spend the other $1,700. I would have probably went ahead and added a 3-core radiator system with dual fans, electric fans. Got rid of the belt-driven water pump. But there again, that's pulley kit and radiator, and that probably be looking at another $2,000 roughly. So I just wanted to kind of have a stopping point of putting money in the car, and I've got my sights on something different. It has, like I mentioned before, unisteer, power steering, rack and pinion steering. Just trying to get you all the colors of the car. Its original color of this car is poppy red, and it has kind of a similar ghost striping in what I believe to be Rio red. but that was toned down quite a bit. So let me take you to the interior. Okay, here's the interior. And had the original 65 seats in it. They were comfortable. And I wanted something that was a little bit more suited for wrapping the sides. Be a little bit more, safety conscious, because these things, as you know, don't have any airbags, and any type of extra support would be helpful. So what I'll do is I'll turn on the dash lights and then walk around to the front. We can see the halo headlights. I have LED lights in here as well. Kick panel lights. Speaker in the kick panels, molded kick panels. All the vent doors open, I see. It's pretty warm in here when you're cruising. It doesn't have air. Sorry, it doesn't have air. But most weather up here doesn't get much more than about 90. Well, it has been off and on, but I don't really drive when it's that hot. Anyway, here's a picture of the halo headlight. I really like that. It's pretty cool to see a 65 coming down the road with halo headlights. Just adds something that I think is pretty cool. Okay, so sorry for all this yammering, but there, turn that off. Corbu seats are new, less than 500 miles, probably closer to like maybe 200. I added those. They're just much nicer to ride in. The back seat never used. I put this mat here, but it's folded up just like every other 65. Yeah, can't really see in there. So if somebody's interested, I'm sure that we'd get another video of that. Oh, look, the seat's back. Okay. I added the pony door panels. Same time I added the Corbu seats. And VIN tag. Right there. Whoops. Let me get focused in. Here we go. There we go. So, passenger side, door panel, weather stripping. Keep in mind this was the basic restoration was completed in about 8 years ago, but I've consistently added upgrades when I did the seats and did the rear suspension work and the brakes. I had the back seat out, so everything from the front to the back, from the driver's seat backward, is dynamatted. For sound, really helps, and also extra care was taken into making sure that all the small areas are covered. The Corbu seats have back pockets in them. Hang on one second, I'm going to have to get the seat back. One moment. Yes. I'll put it right here. Okay. 5-speed transmission. Dash. It has a dash pad, but the dash is like new, because it is new. Passenger door panel, of course. So I just started her up, and she'll probably she runs a little rich when she first starts, as she's cold, as Fords are usually cold-blooded. I'll have to turn down the choke here in a minute. Electric choke. There we go. So here's her running idle. Strong now. There, shut the RV door. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.